bet he has a background in dancing. He's been dancing for a long time. Maybe not Balinese dance, but if you have a dancing background, then it might be easier for you to learn a new type of dance.
Coming from a ballet instructor.
And you too. He's also a dancer, by the way.
Oh.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's just ask the man who went viral. We are now connected with the man himself, Igor How do I pronounce Ayas? How to pronounce it? Ayas? Your last name?
It's Amanajas.
Amanajas. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Amanajas.
Amanajas. Boa noite,
Good night,
Igor.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank
I'm so
you for
happy to
being
be
here.
Of course, of course. Obrigado pelo seu tempo.
Wow, obrigado.
So, Igor, your video of dancing Balinese has gone viral all over internet. So, why did you choose to learn Balinese dance instead of probably Javanese dance or some dances from Sumatra, let's say?
Well, I first saw Balinese dance by accident, let's say that. I was in Brazil, and my master and his nephew went to Brazil to give some workshops or some technical demonstration. And at the time, I was very impressed because it's a very hard technique. And I'm an actor by formation. So me as an actor, when I see a difficult technique, is that what I want to do? So that time I decided I want to learn that because it's very hard, very difficult. And I didn't know other dances of Indonesia by the time. So I get to know more about the culture of Indonesia once I moved to Bali. But I just knew Balinese dance. That's why it was my open door to Indonesian culture.
I see.
But please tell us more about your background, because as soon as I see your video, I can't help but think, what's the background of this man? Because I think it's almost impossible to be that fluent in dancing such difficult type of dance. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I'm an actor, yeah. So I graduated in Brazil as an actor, and then I moved to New York to study acting for films, for movies. And then I moved to Italy to study Italian masks. And by accident, I discovered Balinese dances. So I don't come from the dance, as you said before. Like,
so how long
I
have
never
you...
did dance before.
Oh, okay, I was wrong.
My first contact with dance was Balinese dance, and I was interested by Balinese dance because it's also drama. It's also theater.
It is.
So,
how many years ago was it?
I was
how many
more
years
impressed
ago?
by the masks, how you move the masks, and actually I was confused when I first saw it. I was like, is it a dance? Is it theater? Is neither of them? What is it? And maybe because of that, I was so impressed and so moved to learn that.
You mentioned earlier you knew Balinese dance by accident, right? When was it? How many years ago was it?
It was almost 13 years ago.
Wow.
Because that was the thing. Like, I was preparing myself to study Japanese drama, like no Kyogen. So I spent like 5-7 years of my life learning Japanese language because I want to go to Japan to learn that.
Yeah.
But on the way, I bumped to Balinese theater and said, no, it's not Japanese that I want to learn. It's Balinese.
Wow.
I completely shift my way.
Very interesting.
And interesting. So, I also want to know how many Balinese or traditional Indonesian dances do you know? Maybe besides the Balinese dance, you know, there's a lot of traditional dances in Indonesia. Maybe you know some?
Yeah, there are, Indonesian culture is very rich, actually. So, unfortunately, now I just know Balinese dance. And I say just, but it's not just, because it's a whole world to learn. And I would love to learn like the mask from Cirebon or Solo, the other dance like dances from Papua. But I'm afraid I will not have lifetime to do that, since Balinese dance already takes like more than a decade, and I'm afraid it's gonna take longer. So I don't think I'm gonna have in this life opportunity to deep down into these other dances. But I would love to. I would love to.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. It has been a decade since the first time you learned Balinese dance. Was it correct?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
the first time you saw it and then the first time you learn it, now that you are able to dance it on the stage perfectly, I should say perfectly, what do you feel when you dance Balinese on stage and finally embodied the character that amazed you the first time you saw it?
Well, like an artist, we are never satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I'm not satisfied. I see myself dancing and I see a lot of little mistakes or little imperfections, and I know I can do better. So for me, it's a work that it didn't finish yet. It's an unfinished product. So when I dance, to be honest with you, I feel happy because I found in Balinese dance as an artist a way to express my feelings, my emotions, my fears, my wishes for a better world, for example. And when I dance, I try to connect not just with the audience, but with the universe, according to Balinese philosophies and religious laws. So I feel like happy because it's something that really touches my soul. And I don't know exactly how to answer to you why Balinese dance is so dear to my soul. I don't know how to explain that to you. Maybe I was Balinese best life. Maybe.
I can totally relate when he said that an artist or a dancer is never satisfied.
True.
And earlier, Hans, you said that it was flawless when he danced on stage, right? It is because we don't know Balinese dance. We don't learn it, so we don't notice the flaw. Meanwhile, the artist himself, he noticed all the flaws and the room for improvement that he can, focus on. And I believe that during those times, and even up to now, you face so many challenges in mastering the Balinese dance. Could you please maybe tell us a little more about it? Because from my point of view, I'm a ballerina and I have so many challenges in learning ballet, one of which is how to wear
Tiptoeing.
the point shoes, because I often get blisters, blood everywhere. I even had my nails
Chopped
pulled
off.
off. Yes. So what are your challenges then?
Well, there are a lot. Being a foreigner and trying to approach another culture, we have to be very careful, because it's not my culture. So I'm a guest, let's say that.
Yes.
I was invited by my teachers to learn that, and they were very kind to share with me their own culture, their knowledge. And of course, the challenges are many, comparing to a Balinese that was born inside that culture, that since it's a baby already is used to hear the gamelan. He's already used to see the movements. He every night go to the temples. He sees the dances. He listens. So for a foreigner to be able to understand that is a long process. It's a very long process. The music of the gamelan is a challenge because you have to understand the rules of the music. I had to understand much about the music because I'm not a musician. I'm an actor, so I didn't have a relation to dance before. My relation to music and dance were very small, like almost non-existent before. So I had to listen and make the body respond to that, and also the body, the movements, how you embody a technique that is so far away from you. Of course, many challenges, and it's not easy. Of course, like the body is all sore. Like a lot of people ask me, but why you train shirtless? because it's so hard.
It
and
is
so
hard.
exhausting. Like people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Like the much of effort and energy you put into that. I train 2 hours per day, every day, and it's really exhausting. I come home and I just want to eat and sleep. That's all. It's end of the day for me. So yeah, there is a lot of challenges, and also related to the mythology world, the religious world. As you know, Balinese dance and theater are very connected to the ritual.
Yeah.
So in order to be a professional dancer, you have to understand those things as well, like how a Balinese society is constructed, how is the religious thinking about the dancing, how the dance is related to the ritual, and what the people expect from the artists, and what most important, what art is for in Balinese context. That's way different from what we know in Western world.
Yeah.
Like not generalizing, but at least in Brazil, where I come from, it's very different. Like the function of art in the society there and in Bali is very different. The main difference is that the actor, when he's performing, is not performing just for the audience.
Yeah.
It's performance to the gods.
Yeah.
So it releases the artist, at least me, to make a good performance, thinking about, oh, is the audience liking it or not? Are they satisfied or not? No, I don't think about that. I dance to the gods. Though I'm not Hindu, and I don't think I will be, but I try to connect to the Balinese gods and do it for them, for the ancestors, and for the cosmos in a more broad way. You know, like I dance trying to connect myself to the energies of the universe.
Wow.
And that's challenging also, because it's a perception that's not just from an individual. It's a perception that is bigger. It's bigger than me, it's bigger than the audience, it's bigger than the ritual. It's something that goes back to the mythology, the rites, to something that is untouchable, you know?
Who would have known? Who would have known that a
goes
dance
to another
could be
platform.
quite profound?
It's a more spiritual connection. It's more meditation.
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
meditation.
yeah.
It's medicine for the body, for the soul, for the thoughts.
Whoa, it's really deep. Let me take a deep breath.
It's amazing how he can
profound.
explain all of this to us
Yes,
Indonesians.
in an eloquent way.
I can see you really passionate about Balinese dance, but I'm really curious. Maybe another traditional dance you want to try from Indonesia and compared to other in Indonesia?
I would love, as I said before, I would love to, because I entered in Balinese dances through the masks. Yeah, I saw the Balinese mask theater and dance, and I always had a passion about mask techniques in theater. So
Yeah.
I went to Italy to study that, and I want to go to Japan to study Japanese masks, and Balinese masks were like, oh my God, what is that?
Yeah.
So I'm really passionate about masks, and I would love to learn a little bit more about the mask dance of Chirembom, solo. They are way different from Bali. It's
Yeah.
more fluid movement. We call Balinese normally Balinese is patah-patah, yeah,
Yeah.
staccato.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
staccato.
pa, 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 pa. Javanese is more fluid, has another kind of energy. So I would love to learn that one day if I have the opportunity to.
Ah.
You know what?
really deep.
I always have a mixed feeling whenever I interview a foreigner who is very passionate and very, I don't know, very into the local culture
Yeah.
here, Indonesian culture. Because as a matter of fact, a lot of youngsters here in Indonesia, they don't really care about the Indonesian culture. So perhaps you have something to say to the Indonesians, especially the youth, from your point of view as a foreigner who is currently learning the country's traditional dances Anything to say to
Yeah,
him?
I do have like as we see normally nowadays, like the younger generations, they are not so connected to the traditions anymore, and this is globally, yeah, not just Indonesia. So I would actually my advice or whatever it is, it's more towards the parents. Yeah. So they can support and their kids to learn a little bit more about the traditions, because that's the thing. Indonesia is very rich culturally, but if the Indonesian people don't take care of that, it's gonna be lost, as many other cultures in the world that were lost or forgotten. So I really would love to see like the young generation committed, and also it has to do with this globalized world that we live on today, right? So we have TikTok, Instagram, and all those social medias that take our focus away of what is really important, and which is our life in society, our connection with people. So through the art, we have the possibility to connect with other people and make changes in the world, not through TikTok, not through Instagram, but doing something that's really important, that goes back to our ancestors and has a meaning in the culture, in the social life of people today. And we need also, as an artist, support from the government, because it's hard to be an artist anywhere in the world, not just Indonesia. So we have to have a support from the government, from the community itself. So from the community, support your artists, stay there, be there for them, like, and recognize that is a really tough job. Like an architect, to be an architect, spend 6 years, 8 years in a like full formation. An artist, a Balinese dancer, spends 20. So it's a really hard job, and it's not considered and not respected as it should be. So please support your artists, support your culture, be there. And if you can, if you have the willing, why not to learn?
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Thank you
so much for the words. Yes, we as Indonesians, we have to give our artists an opportunity, the opportunities and also the spaces to actually express the arts, and also us. We have also the power through our social media, let's say, to actually spread the good words about our own culture. As a matter of fact, in this case, Indonesian culture. All right, Igor, thank you so much. Once again, obrigado pelo seu tempo. And also, we hope nothing but the best for you. And also, we are waiting for more videos on TikTok of you.
Definitely.
Dancing Balinese.
Of course, and I'm waiting you guys in Bali to watch me perform live with my masters that
Would love to.
I have to mention them. My master, my big one, which is Imadejmat, and my two other ones, that is Ibu Sekar and Ibu Ketut, and many others. And I'm so grateful for them, and I'm grateful for this opportunity you gave to me, and I wait for you in Bali.
Of course.
Yes, and we are also grateful for you to have you here with us and share your passion and all the knowledge as well. Thank you so much once again.
Matur suksma.
Thank you very much.
Suksma.
Matur suksma.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, wow. You have to,
He's amazing.
you have to...
He's really passionate. That makes me... Ooh.
He could actually explain
Yeah.
one by one and shove it down your throat about the understanding of your own culture from a Brazilian.
Exactly.
From a Brazilian.
The most important words from him is appreciation.
Appreciation.
And be grateful with what you have.
Yeah.
You are a rich country, you have rich culture, so preserve it.
Now, with that being said, we will talk about our traditional dances in the next segment. So see, the stories will continue after the break as we talk more about traditional Indonesian dances. Do not go anywhere.